Hi friends, in previous sessions we are already discussing about what is quicksort mechanism and what is the algorithm for quicksort mechanism, right? So quicksort mechanism follows the divide and conquer strategy, right? What is divide and conquer strategy? So here, for any solving a big problem, the entire problem can be divided into several sub problems, right? For each and every sub problem, we can find out the solutions. Those solutions can be considered as sub solutions. So finally, we can integrate all the sub solutions. We can get the original solution to a given problem. So that is the general process for divide and conquer strategy, right? So here quicksort follows the divide and conquer strategy, right? So for that purpose, we are taking pivot element. Here we are comparing pivot to a of I, right? Then we are incrementing I value. Here we are checking one more condition, a of j greater than pivot. We are decrementing j value, right? Once these two conditions are failure, we can check one more condition. If we are I less than j, then we are swapping a of I and a of j. So if that condition becomes false, then we are swapping a of j with the pivot element. Then pivot position, j position can be considered as a pivot position. So this process is recursively applied until all the elements are sorted, right? So in this session, I am writing a program for quicksort mechanism using functions, right? Using functions. So for writing functions program, compulsory we are considering three major parameters: function declaration, function calling, function definition, right? So here I am writing a program for quicksort mechanism, right? So first of all, here I am writing the linking section. For each and every program, compulsory we are writing these two header files: input output header file, console input output header file, right? Then I am creating one function that can be declared in this section, right? So that is declare definition section, right? So here I am creating one user defined function quicksort. So here I am defining three arguments. One is for array, one is for specifying the lower boundary value of an array, one is specifying for upper boundary value of an array. So in previous programs, simply we are writing one argument for array, one argument for n value. But in this program, I am writing three arguments. One argument is for array, remaining two arguments specifies the lower boundary value of an array, upper boundary value of an array. Why? Because so in previous techniques, we are not dividing the array. So that's why there is no need to specify the upper boundary values and lower boundary values. In quicksort, to solve any problem, compulsory the entire array can be divided into several sub problems, right? So that's why there is mandatory to specify the lower boundary value and upper boundary value. So that's why here these are the two arguments that are passed in quicksort user defined function, right? So then we are defining quicksort function, then I am writing main function. So in main function I am using some variables. So what are those? Array. So here I am taking a of 10. So number of elements can be entered into the array can be represented with the help of n. So to specify the lower boundary value, I am specifying low variable. To specify the higher boundary value of an array, I am specifying high variable, right? So these are the variables that are used in the main function, right? So all are the integer variables, so that's why I am specifying int data type, right? So here before calling quicksort function, we can set low value, high value. So low value starts from 0, index 0, high value starts from n minus 1. So this is our array. So this is set to be low, this is set to be high. So this is array A. Index starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So number of elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So n is equal to 5. Right? So before calling quicksort function, low value is set to be 0. Low value is set to be 0. High value is set to be n minus 1. That is 5 minus 1, 4. Right? So this is about declaration part. Then I am writing CLR SCR function for clear the previous output screen, right? So then I am entering number of elements into the array. So that can be done with the help of n variable, right? So enter n value, right? So here I am reading n value. So this is integer value, so that's why I am specifying %d control string, and also specify the address of n variable, right? So after reading n value, then we are entering elements into the array. So that is repetitive operation. So for that purpose, I am considering the loop, right? So here printf enter array elements. So /n is a / character constant which defines the new line character, right? So here I am performing the same operation repetitively. For that purpose, I am considering the loop. So loop starts from 0. So 0 to less than n. I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Then I am reading all the values into the array, right? So here all the integer values. So that's why I am specifying %d control string, and also specify the address of the element. So here I am reading elements into the array. So that's why I am specifying the ampersand a of I, right? So once this condition becomes failure, the control will be passed to the next statement. So here I am reading all the elements. Before sorting, we can print all the elements. That can be done with the help of same loop. So here before sorting, elements are. So here we are printing the elements. Same operation is performed repetitively. So that's why I am specifying the same for loop. Starts from 0 to less than n. We are printing all the elements into the array. So printf, all the elements are integer values. So that's why I am specifying %d control string. So here I am printing a of 0, a of 1, a of 2, a of 3, a of 4 up to n values, right? So once this condition becomes failure, the control will be passed to next statement, right? So here I am calling the quicksort function, right? So before calling quicksort function, we can set lower boundary values and higher boundary value of an array. So lower boundary value is set to be 0. The lower boundary value is set to be 0. Higher boundary value is set to be n minus 1. Then I am calling the quicksort function with 3 arguments, right? So here I am calling quicksort with 3 arguments, right? So quicksort of, so what is the first argument? Array A. What is the next argument? Lower boundary value, which is denoted by low. Then I am calling higher boundary value for this argument, high, right? So after calling, the control will be passed to function definition of quicksort. Then the process will be executed, and then the control will be passed to next statement, right? So after entire process has been completed, then we can print all the elements after sorting. So here we are also performing same operation repetitively, right? So for that purpose, I am considering the for loop, right? So here I am writing printf after sorting elements are, we are printing all the elements using for loop. For I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. We are printing all the elements into the sorted array. So %d of I. So then we are closing this loop, right? So then I am writing get ch host base. So here I am calling quicksort function, right? So here I am writing the general function definition for this quicksort, right? So here I am writing the function definition for quicksort. What are the arguments that are presented in quicksort function? Lower boundary value, higher boundary value, array, right? So here I am writing the function definition. While quicksort with 3 arguments. So one is for array, one is for low, one is for high. One is for high. This is array. So in this function definition, I am using some variables. Those variables are I, j, pivot, 10. So all are the integer variables, so that's why I am specifying int data type, right? So this is the local declaration for this definition, right? So after defining all the values, then I am checking one condition. If low less than high, then pivot is set to be a of low. So pivot value is set to be a of low. So first element can be considered as pivot element. For suppose 3 is there, this can be considered as pivot element, right? Then I is incremented by low plus 1. So I is incremented by low plus 1. Then j is set to be, so now I value increments this one, right? So j is equal to high, right? Then we are apply the procedure for quicksort, right? So what is the quicksort procedure? We are comparing pivot to I, j to pivot. So both are false. Then we can swap I, j. Otherwise we can swap j pivot element, right? So here I am applying the general procedure while I less than j. While I less than j, we are checking this condition. So this condition becomes true. This condition becomes true. Then we are checking one more condition. If a of I less than pivot. Generally in algorithm I am writing if a of I less than or equal to pivot, right? Sorry, while. In algorithm I am writing while a of I less than or equal to pivot. So here I am writing while a of I less than or equal to pivot, there is no need to increment the I value. Simply I am writing, so pivot is equal to a of low, I is equal to a of low, right? So here I am not writing a of I less than or equal to pivot. So that's why pivot position is set to be low, I value is incremented by 1, right? Why? Because not equal, initially condition becomes failure. So to avoid that situation, here I am writing these statements. Or suppose simply here I am writing a of I less than or equal to pivot, there is no need to increment the I value, right? So here I am writing while a of I less than or a of I less than pivot, we can increment which value? I value, I plus plus. Otherwise, so once this condition becomes failure, we are checking one more condition, that is while a of j greater than pivot, a of j greater than pivot, then we are decrementing j value. We are decrementing j value, right? We are decrementing j value. So both are failure. We are checking one more condition. What is the condition? If, so these steps are presented in algorithm. In previous sessions we are already discussing about algorithm of a quicksort, right? So if I less than j, if I less than j, then we can swap a of I, a of j, right? So here swapping mechanism can be done with the help of third variable. So that's why I am specifying temp. So we are swapping which values? A of I, a of j with the help of temporary variable. So temp is equal to a of I is equal to a of j is equal to 10. So we can swap a of I or a of j. Otherwise we can swap the a of j pivot, right? So here we can swap. Otherwise, once this condition becomes failure, we can swap the a of j and pivot, right? So here a of low is equal to a of j. We can swap a of j, a of pivot, right? So a of low is equal to a of j is equal to pivot. So here pivot position is said to be low. So that's why a of low value becomes a of j. So pivot value is copied to a of j. Now a of j value becomes pivot. So here a of j pivot positions are swapped, right? So then j position is said to be pivot position. So here I am dividing this array into two subarrays. So based on j position. So this position is said to be pivot position, right? Now these two subarrays, we can apply the same procedure recursively, right? So here I am calling these two arrays, right? So this is j minus 1 for this boundary. High boundary is j minus 1, low boundary is, so here low, starting boundary is low. For this array, low boundary is j plus 1, this is high boundary, right now. So after swapping a of j with pivot, then the entire array can be divided into two subarrays. Now j position is said to be pivot position. This element is sorted, right? Now we can apply the same procedure recursively for these two subarrays, right? So that's why we are considering the boundaries for these two subarrays. So this is always low, this is always high, right? Then we can set higher boundary value for left subarray, right? So this is j, that's why this is considering j minus 1, right? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3, j value is 3, j minus 1, 2. So here for right subarray we can set the lower boundary value, j plus 1, 3 plus 1, 4. So that's why this is j plus 1, right? So here I am calling this function recursively for left subarray and right subarray until all the elements are sorted in the array, right? So that's why here I am calling these two functions quicksort of. So what is the function for left subarray? A. So here A. So low is same. What is the higher boundary value for left subarray? J minus 1. J minus 1. So this function calling is for left subarray, right? Then we are calling one more function for right subarray. So this right subarray contains array name A. Lower boundary value is j plus 1. Higher boundary value which is denoted by high, right? So then we are closing this one. Then we are closing entire quicksort function definition, right? So once this procedure has been completed, then only the control will be passed to this statement after sorting elements are. Then we are printing all the elements, right? So this is the program for quicksort mechanism. So simply we are checking a of I less than pivot. This condition becomes true. We are incrementing I value. Otherwise, we are checking one more condition. If a of j greater than pivot, this condition becomes true. We can decrement j value, right? We can decrement j value. We can decrement j value. Both are failure. We are checking one more condition. If I less than j, right? So this condition becomes true. We can swap a of I, a of j with the help of temporary variable, right? So once this condition becomes failure, we can swap the a of j pivot, right? So, and J position is said to be pivot position, right? So once pivot position has been changed, we can divide entire array into two subarrays, left subarray and right subarray. So for left subarray we can set the higher boundary value, for right subarray we can set the lower boundary value. So here left subarray higher boundary value is denoted by j minus 1. Higher for right subarray lower boundary value is set to be j plus 1, right? So this is about a program for quicksort mechanism using C programming language, right? So if you have any doubts regarding to this program, please post your doubts in comment section. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.